best thing about the shelter is the community that gets built. So the guys, they get fed and they get to sleep, which is by no means a small thing, because most of the guys don't sleep properly on the streets. You maybe grab an hour or two. But I think even better than that is the fact that they meet other people who've had a similar story and they get to build community again.
Helping people that are homeless and on the streets, especially this time of year when it's very freezing and snowy, and they help people by giving them a warm place to sleep at night, a hot meal, and then a breakfast in the mornings. And 9 times out of 10, hopefully they find them somewhere to live.
Basically, I was the first one in the night shelter when I was homeless, and what it was, I was in Aylesbury, came to Wycombe, and Ali Preston one gave me a place here. I was like the first one in, first one out. They helped me out getting a place, gave me food, and now I'm a helper, and basically they're my family, yeah.
I am one of the project team, so there's 3 of us, and we coordinate the night shelter as a whole, but we work year round doing support work, giving advice, trying to house people. Specifically, I run the social evenings and the afternoon drop-ins, and I run our mentoring programme as well. I think I've always wanted to work in a field that's helping people, and I saw an ad in the newspaper, and I just thought, it was one of those moments where you just thought, yeah, that really feels right.
We usually just do the cooking, so our challenges are mainly just making sure that the food is well prepared, it's all fresh ingredients that go in, it's trying to make it good value for money as well, but using good fresh ingredients.
I have additional roles that I help quite a lot in the daytime as well. I've got involved in helping with all sorting out the the donations that come in. From the food side of things, which gets used for either giving out to the guys on the streets, it's all worrying, I haven't got any money, but also the clothing, so that we have clothing coming as well, the same thing to help them out with shoes and coats and things. And then I'm very much involved with mentoring too, which is something that Robert said about, and that's the one-to-one with one particular person that you meet sort of weekly or fortnightly to actually talk about and help them plan and sort of make a bit more of their life.
Well, I just come and chat with them, play games with them, with the guys. If they want a ciggy, we go out with them and do whatever they want us to do. Feed them, obviously. Sit down with them and enjoy the company.
Keeps me alive. Because if I don't come to here at least once a week, I'll just end up starving to death. Because I can't find enough on the streets or begging it up or out the bins.
Most of these guys have no family support system that most of us take for granted. They've got no mates they can go and get their stresses out to, so everything just builds up and builds up and builds up until they break. So it's no wonder they can sometimes be a bit abrasive or not that polite. And actually in the shelter you see people change. They come in and they don't say please and thank you, and they leave their plates out. By the end of the shelter, they're clearing up. They're polite. They're really welcoming to other guys. You visibly see people change in front of your eyes, which is incredible.
I think the biggest thing is actually to realise how amazing a human is, what they can go through, and still come out the other side. And I think it's the biggest thing about the shelter is that often we're seeing them obviously in the lowest part, and actually just by befriending people and just giving them food and loving them, they can grow, and then we see them come back again and again, and then become like volunteers and helpers themselves, which is just an amazing privilege.
They've done a lot for me, and I think it's only fair that if I can give something back to them, then it makes me happy, because they've given me a roof over my head, they've clothed me, fed me, and if I can do the same for somebody else, then I think it's worth it.
But as I say, it just gives you the will to carry on, because you meet friends and see people you haven't seen for a while, and may get another sofa to sleep on, or a couple of quid off of someone for something to eat, you know what I mean?
I wrote in there's a little item in the news, in the news sheet thing it was, and it actually said, it's addictive. And to me, it's been totally addictive. If somebody turned around and said, "You can't do this anymore," I would be gutted.
I'm always surprised by the kind of people you meet. I think we all make a lot of judgments about people as we meet them, and I'm constantly wrong. I spend my life being wrong in this job about who I'm talking to. So you can meet someone who's quite rough and ready and looks like they've been on the streets for a while, and they'll have the poshest accent and kind of be quite well bred and actually just have hit a rut. And then you'll see someone who's actually very well kept, but actually maybe has zero education and hasn't had a good start in life, and just all the time you just get surprised constantly.
I think it would be wonderful if we could do it for longer, maybe November to the end of March or something. Just, the coldest months of the year can be awful for them, really bad. So I think if we could do it longer, that would be wonderful.
There should be a shelter in town 24/7, yeah, like a soup kitchen or something like that. So, people in my situation, or people that are in this boat, will get self together, get warm and crack on.
And the other thing is that working now very much in the daytime as well, realising all the problems that are behind homelessness. And it's not just addictions, it can be any rich reason that people become homeless.
Well, before I came here, I was at home with a wife and 5 kids. And that ended, sadly, even though I love her to death, but that ended, and I live on the streets, sofa surfing, and the council can't do nothing for a house. I can't afford to rent a house because they ask ridiculous prices.
But there's so little housing out there, so it's so hard to even get to the next stage. And one of the things we would really love to have is like a proper home that's our own venue, that we could have a day centre, we could have running permanent sort of coffee and drop-in and chats and stuff just to support people through the day, because it's a very long day when you're out on the streets all the time with nothing to do.
Having someone there to talk to and having a roof over my head at night slowly changed my life around.
Oh, family. It just becomes like a great big family.